$281 billion. That is how much the total gaming ecosystem globally is worth today, with blockchain gaming garnering about 4% of that. That is why in today's video, we're going to talk about our 3 favorite gaming projects and tokens that we expect to garner a lot of the money moving into the next bull market. The first being Illuvium, followed by BIGTIME, and ending with Star Atlas. And man, we have a lot of information to share with you. My name is David from Sin City Crypto. Let's jump right into it. I did mention $281 billion, but that number is expected to grow to $665 billion by 2030. And if we take a look here on CryptoRank, currently the GameFi ecosystem is worth a smidge over $12.5 billion. So if we add that 4% to the growth, we're looking at about $26 billion. And well, someone's got to take the cake, right? Someone's got to pull in a vast majority of the liquidity. And we have 3 projects we're going to talk about. The first one being Illuvium. Now, Illuvium's been around for a while. What's great about Illuvium is it's not just one single game. They have a lot of things in progress. They are considered the first AAA blockchain game. As you can see here, they have 4 games going. A few are available now. One is private access, one is early access. But a lot of exciting things are happening with Illuvium. We understand that when it comes to blockchain gaming, you need great graphics, but you also need a great team. And well, esports leader Team Liquid has joined Illuvium for strategic blockchain beta testing on their game. The more minds we bring from Web 2 to Web 3, it's only going to expand the project's reach and expand the reach of the users as well. I do have here a big piece of news for Illuvium was their listing on Epic Games. Now, why is this so epic? 31.3 million daily active users. So 31.3 million people every single day are going to more likely see this. They're going to see this little purple button that says get. That is why partly we're so bullish on Illuvium. The other reason is its beautiful, beautiful gameplay. So let's take a look here from the Illuvium YouTube channel. Some graphics here, kind of going through the beginning. You can see the asteroid here is coming in, sort of like a trailer, gameplay trailer, more of kind of open world. Kind of reminds you a little bit about Fortnite, but a lot of the issue with Metaverse and the games are the graphics are just terrible. The games are not fun to play. And for people who might not necessarily be gamers, this looks extremely appealing. And for people, of course, who are gamers, given the opportunity to make money, need I say more? I mean, it kind of has that Halo vibe as well. Pretty cool. You can see people like kids playing this, adults playing this. I also have this, a big announcement that one of the founders one of the brothers. So there's 3 brothers that founded the team. One of them founded a synthetics protocol, which has about 1 billion total value locked. So been in the crypto space a while. The other 2 brothers came up with the idea of Illuvium, and they were on a podcast. They talked about multiplayer and why it's so important. And here's a little trailer as far as the multiplayer for Illuvium. Now, why is multiplayer so important according to the founder? It's the easiest way to bridge Web 2 and Web 3. If you can invite your friends to come in and play, and you're like, hey, I got this really cool game. It's called Illuvium. I'm playing. It's so much fun. I'm earning money. You should come play, man. We can play together. I'll teach you. Right? The idea of blockchain gaming is to bring in the next wave of people. And so this looks pretty cool. So the team is extremely excited about multiplayer, as are we here at Sin City Crypto. So that is just a little bit of the gameplay. Now, as far as investment and tokenomics, now Illuvium sitting at about $110, number 87 on the market cap list. It is an Ethereum-based token, although it mainly lives on IMX. Now, the tokenomics for Illuvium are fine, right? You have about 63% of the total supply that's currently circulating. That's 6 million out of 9.6 total and 9.63 max supply. The interesting thing about Illuvium, although it does have a high token allocation, it's only at a 0.15% emission rate. So that is how much of the total supply is being added to the circulating supply per year, 0.15%, which is extremely good. If we take a look at the chart here, we do see $1,953 all-time high for Illuvium. Now, if you're asking yourself, all right, I want to get in on this project, where do I get in? We have a few levels to show you here, guys. This is on the weekly for Illuvium, and as you can see here, I have the Ichimoku cloud put on, which shows us the trend. We are seeing some positive things. We are seeing the trend turn green, which is great, but we've had an issue breaking out of this cloud as it has served resistance. A level that I'd be looking at to bounce off support is right around $91, which is this horizontal level that I've drawn out. Now, depending on your time horizon, of course, if an extra $21 might not make a difference to you and you feel like it's something you want to add to your portfolio, go right ahead. It's your money. But if you want the absolute best entry price, I'd recommend waiting for something like $91. Now, that is Illuvium. Let's move on to our next project, and that is BIGTIME. Now, one of the strengths of BIGTIME is their founders, right? Again, as I mentioned in Illuvium, extremely important to have a solid team. And as you can see here, guys, I mean, Ari Milik, the CEO and co-founder, Decentraland, I actually have his LinkedIn pulled up here, worked at Decentraland for 6 years and 5 months as a project lead for almost 3 years and as an advisor on the back end. They also have their chief technology officer, which worked as a senior AI programmer at Epic Games. Again, massive user base, 31 million a day. And then finally, they have their, where is it right here? Their business director of operations, my apologies. And look at this. 6 years, Electronic Arts, EA. Yep, EA Sports. It's in the game. One of the biggest gaming studios that's been around for a massive amount of time. This gentleman here spent 6 years. So their team is absolutely stacked. We'll get into the token here in a second. But a big piece of news for BIGTIME was their entry into the South Korean market. Now, why is this so important? South Korea is the birthplace of esports. They have millions of users. They have cable television channels that stream gaming and competitions. And they were introduced to that market via BitThumb as a listing. The liquidity is great. They're listed on top exchanges like Coinbase and Binance and Kraken. So if you want to buy the token, you can buy the token. Now, as far as some gameplay for BIGTIME, so this is kind of open world as well, you know, little bit kind of, you know, going around. This has a Fortnite feel to it as well. Now, if I'm being fair, might not have the graphics of, let's say, Illuvium or the next project we're going to talk about, but this is still something that has garnered a lot of attention. And if we just put our trust and faith in the people that I went over and their expertise in the market and in gaming, you got to figure where there's improvements need to be made, they're going to make those improvements. And so with this one, I'm betting on the team, and the game is something that's popping off as well. Now, as far as, there we go. Now, as far as BIGTIME as an investment, so you're looking at 87% or 87-cent token price, up 52% over the last 24 hours. This thing has been massively pumping. It is backed by the likes of Circle. Of course, they're they launched the USDC stablecoin. Now, with BIGTIME, to be fully transparent, the CIRC to total supply is not that great. About 3% of the total supply is currently circulating. But the good news is they do have a cap. And if you take a look here at the chart, this thing has just gone straight vertical. If we go to the weekly, that is why we're going to go down to the 4-hour and take a look at where is a good entry for BIGTIME if you're waiting to get in. The level I'd be looking at is down below at this baseline of around 61.7 cents. One thing got to keep in mind, guys, no matter how excited you are, if you want to make the correct decision as far as when to enter a market, you never enter an overheated market. So this one has been pumping massively, as you can see on the daily. Look at those massive green candles. From November 30th, we have seen a pump of 442% after a long time of consolidating. So be patient, my friends, but this is one that is on our radar if it continues to get the mass adoption that we believe it's going to get. And finally, potentially my favorite, the one that really blew me away, and that is Star Atlas. Now, Star Atlas, what blew me away is their graphics. Their graphics are, you look at this, you think you're sitting in a movie theater watching a cinema flick, but it's actually a game. This is from their website. Look at this trailer. Take a look at this trailer. I mean, this thing looks absolutely unreal. This is currently being built on Unreal Engine 5. It's got a lot of big backers to it. I mean, this looks like we're, again, sitting in a movie theater, bowl of popcorn, watching a $50 million, $500 million movie. So this looks phenomenal. I mean, man, I can't imagine anyone not being excited to play this game. Now, with Star Atlas, and I'm just going to exit here. With Star Atlas, their CEO, Kenny Wagner, I believe, Michael Wagner, my apologies. So Michael Wagner was in an interview, and their idea is blockchain gaming, play to earn with a metaverse, right? And looking at that trailer, what do we look at metaverse now? You have Decentraland, Sandbox. We talk about this on our live show all the time, which, by the way, you should check it out Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We talk about the metaverse is not sexy. It's not fun. No one wants to open up a browser and just roam around with pixelated images, right? So what Star Atlas is trying to do, and what the CEO, Michael Wagner, spoke about, is combining a game with a metaverse. And man, are we excited to see it come to fruition. And again, Star Atlas is listed on Epic Games. That should bring in a lot of visibility. Take a look here at the sneak peek of version 2.2. This is the Unreal release. Now, this game is still a little ways out. Of course, they are aiming to build a AAA game. And as Mr. Wagner said in the interview that I showed, these AAA games take a lot of time. But look at this gameplay, you guys. I mean, does this bring you back to Gran Turismo or Need for Speed, but like 20 times better, right? So this is what's called an MMO, a mass multiplayer style game where you can bring in all your friends, have competitions. And so this is a game that I am extremely excited to talk about. Now, again, I did mention full game is not quite ready yet. And let me go ahead and pause this. My apologies. Full game is not ready yet, but here's what they said. This is from the Star Atlas website. Building a AAA game with a cutting-edge technology takes time. We're a few years out at the least. However, there's a mini game being co-developed that lets you earn and play while we wait for the AAA game to come to fruition. Now, as far as an investment, we're looking at sub 1 penny, 0.00696. We did see an all-time high from Star Atlas right around, I'll shrink this down here so we can take a look, right around, I believe the number was 22 cents. So we're about a 30x away from all-time highs. This thing did reach 22 cents with no game, no co-op game. This was back in November of 2021. This is something that I will be looking at getting into, and this actually might be a good place to enter into Star Atlas. As you can see, we have broken out above the cloud. This is again on the weekly. If we can close this candle above 0.006.1, I'd be looking to enter into a position on Star Atlas as we wait for the game to come to fruition. And another intriguing thing about Star Atlas, it is available. It's a game launched on Solana. And we know the Solana ecosystem has massively pumped, $666 million in total value locked. That ecosystem is growing. You have a potential of the #1 game on the top 3 layer 1 coming to fruition in the next 2 to 3 years. That is something that I definitely want exposure to. Well, my friends, I hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to come check out our live show Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to subscribe, ping the notification bell, and like the video on your way out. Until next time.